This is Josiah Plays King's Quest. We're in the process of trying to feed all the people in here enough to get everybody to full health so that we can make a bold and victorious escape without anybody dying. Besides Mr. Cuddlesworth or whatever his name was. Was it already died. So the bakers are taken care of. What I'm working on is maxing out the blacksmith. Oh, but I can't do with the blacksmith this turn because I think I have to go. Well, let's check on her. How's she doing? Just 3 hearts.
I really should have just bought a new bed. Nothing's worth this.
They're on 1, so I've got to give them the meat.
Give it here.
Just a humble pot you share with your wife.
But I'm bigger than you.
We're the same size.
My shirt is just slimming, that's all.
I've got 2 days before I need to feed them again. So if I feed the blacksmith 2 days in a row... She should be at 2 health right now. I'm hoping they don't lose on the days that you feed them. Oh, but they do though, don't they?
Yes! Protein! Don't mind my meat sweats, you goblin scum. Alright, time to rise and shine.
She's at 4. If I go rest and come back and she's at 3, we might be in big problems. They're not going to still be on 3 though, are they? No, they're on 2. So you're right. We can keep them all alive indefinitely, but we can't get any of them to full health. Here's what I don't understand. Here's what frustrates me. The fact that I got one of the 3 to full health, and I still can't get them out. It feels like the chopsticks should work. Or they should give me some extra food or something.
King Graham?
Can I take a look around your cell?
Go ahead.
How about you give me some more food? I see you're cooking in here. Give me some more food.
Why would they leave you cooking supplies?
I'm not sure if we're in the care of prison guards or inept zookeepers.
So, what's the plan?
We can escape if you find a way to open this door.
Goodbye.
Cheers!
Or if I could just use the Page of Heart to give somebody...
A large metal lock guarded the door of that cage.
Hmm. 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 Lime weeds? How do I get these bolt cutters? Bolt cutters. So to get the bolt cutters, I need to get the bomb. Which means I need to get the... I need to get the alchemist to full health, which means I'm gonna have to
it's
let
going to be okay. I'll get us out of here.
Oh, sugar bum, I know you will. You always rise to the occasion.
I'm gonna have to let the blacksmith die.
Bramble, sweet potato. It's going to be okay. I'll get us out of here.
Oh, sugar bum, I know you will.
But in order to save all three of them, I'd literally have to start the whole chapter over. And do everything again. Not happening. Sorry, blacksmith. You'd have to do things in a very specific order. Save all of them. Without looking it up, it would require trial and error of several attempts, probably.
There's your mother.
I'm not gonna go back.
It's okay. I was about ready to retire anyway.
What happens if you get the blacksmith to full health, though? Does she do anything useful for you? Because I was thinking if I got the blacksmith to full health, she would bust out of her cell somehow and would be able to help me bust out the other people. I'm guessing she She-Ra's the bars open, you fight your way out. Like, I wonder if you... if you have to have the bolt cutters... Yeah. It says you have to have bolt cutters to free Amaya also. So no matter what, you have to get the bolt cutters, which means you have to get the alchemist to full health in order to free anybody. That's interesting. It really kind of locks you into that.
It's basically retirement, right?
Bless you, King.
You got any hot sauce, boy?
No. I don't have any hot sauce. Gotta get those bolt cutters. Gotta get the bomb from the hobble pots.
Do we have any salt back here, by any chance?
You licked the walls clean on our first day in here.
Well, I couldn't let us live in a dirty cell, could I?
Would you like to lick the walls? He said yes. It's gonna take 2 more days. Worst case scenario, if you literally just let everybody die. Maybe it doesn't let you do that. Maybe if you like sit there and try to go back to bed when you haven't given out the meat yet, maybe it's like, no, I'm not tired yet. Maybe it literally doesn't let you do that.
Amaya was getting pretty weak. If I didn't do something soon, she might not ever trust my gut again.
What if you get all the meat to Mr. Fancy Pants? I feel like somehow there's always going to be a way to proceed. It would be interesting to see, though, like, if you just fucked everything up, didn't give the medicine to anybody. Didn't try to avoid giving away the food as much as possible.
Makes me want to stand. Better.
No, they're not at full health. They'll be at full health tomorrow. Tomorrow they'll start the day at 4 health, and when I give them the meat, they'll go to 6. Maya's gonna die, though. Bye-bye,
I could have saved Mr. Fancy Cakes. What was I thinking?
Why did he say Mr. Fancy Cakes? So if I go back to her cell now, she's just gone. Bummer. I guess the easiest way to get out would be just to completely ignore the baker and the blacksmith and just go straight for the alchemist, get the bomb from them, get them up to full health and just leave and be like, "Later, alchemist and baker, don't care about you." I mean, blacksmith and baker. Alright, now they'll be at full.
Makes me want to stand. Feel better already. Hello.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Oh, I think that meal will last me for quite a while. Thanks, King Graham.
We will pick this up later.
Godspeed. This should work. Stand back, Your Majesty. A dud? Chester, are you kidding me?
Well, Muriel, we have food now for a week. I just love the taste of powdered bone soup. It warms my soul.
But... Oh, well, you're right. Scoot over, let me have a taste.
What?
Our path to escape is clear. Find us a key, and we will break out of here.
This looks dangerous. I hope the guards don't catch me with it. I need to find a light for this fuse.
Need to find a light. Bone bomb contraband.
Yes, Your Majesty?
What's the plan?
Our path to escape is clear. Find us a key, and we will break out of here.
Till next time.
Bye. I don't know if I have ever tasted something so good.
Well, starving brings out the flavor and everything.
Yeah, getting the porridge ASAP. Once you get down to only 2 health bars to manage, that's a good point.
I miss that bug.
It was a sillier time.
Yeah, I'm sure they get hunger immunity. She said, that meal's gonna last us a good long time, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Now, at this point, if I hadn't just looked it up online, I would have no idea what to do with this bomb. I don't feel like there's any logical... It gets a little bit Grim Fandango-like at this point, in that there's no real reason why you would specifically take the bomb anywhere.
It's not worth getting caught for.
And it's just like you have to just happen upon it randomly. Like, at no point would you think, oh, if I go back to the Cinderella area, I could use the bomb there. That's the good place to use the bomb. Like, why would you think of that? No one would think that. Can't even remember where the Cinderella area is. It's over this way. Although you might try to use the bomb on this little door. We never got this little door open, did we? Or maybe we did. I guess we did. Oh, because this leads to the rose garden. I guess maybe you could think of putting a bomb there, because it's... You can see stuff behind it. Oh, especially the way the camera does that. But I never even knew this was an interactable thing here, because the last time I was here there was a bunch of goblins standing in front of it. Like, why would you think to come back here? I don't think you would. I think you'd just have to look around randomly until you found this spot, and then you'd be like, okay, let's try the bomb here.
The goblins love stories, especially fairy tales, and they always wanted to hear more.
Well, I love stories too, Grandpa.
As do I. But the goblins were obsessed with them. They couldn't just enjoy their stories like you or me. They based their whole lives around them, collecting and hoarding everything they could from their treasured tales, even if it meant stealing.
These goblins are some nerds. It's a me, a pipe you can go into. Must have gotten this tradition from the house. I was just thinking about the House of Ballads. The spooniest house of all. No.
I need to be careful I don't get caught with this.
Contraband. How do I climb this? Got the page of bravery and the page of heart. I don't think I can get the page of mind. I think it said you have to get free Mr. Bigglesworth to get that one. Well, doesn't matter. All that matters is I got the bolt cutters. So now I can go free the bakers. And we can GTFO. That spider web has stuck that goblin's hand for a long, long time.
You guys better go. I'll stay and make sure the other prisoners are fed.
But isn't Bramble...
Oh, I'm pregnant, not handicapped. Move your feet. Oh, and thanks, Big Boo.
You're welcome, my little sugar cube.
Wait. Now you're gonna make sure the other prisoners are fed? Why weren't you doing...
I was off to seek an audience with the Goblin King. If I could get my hands on his key, perhaps I could set the other prisoners free.
Hold up. Did you have a particular reason for choosing Bramble?
She had given so much compassion to the world, it was time to give some back to her.
But the Hobblepots could have whipped up a potion to take all those rock bottoms out.
Would you mind calling for a guard to carry her off to bed?
But, Grandfather... I'd like to hear more.
Which part did you like the best? The mischievous goblins? Or the interrupting boy who wanted to tell a different story?
Oh, I was enjoying the goblins. Absolutely, I was. I just wanted to show you that I could...
I think it's best to call it a night. The storm has calmed down, and so has she.
But grandfather,
Gart,
I just wanted to...
this is not a time for debating. Go to bed. We can continue in the morning.
As you wish. Good night.
Guard, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to snap. These elixirs have my nerves on edge.
It's okay, grandfather. And thank you. I do still have a lot to learn from your stories.
Sweet dreams, Guard. Sleep well.
That I can do with my eyes closed.
Ha! Now you're learning.
There. That's our ticket out.
What?
I'm not sure I like this idea.
I'll go ahead. Stay back.
I wasn't sure if I could get her across, but she needed to believe I could.
Go.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Your classic leaping pregnant woman.
Right. Forward. Forward.
Oh! I didn't mean that forward!
Go.
She just leapt to her death. I mean, what?
Right.
Why would you do that?
Right.
There's only one thing you can jump to! Why do I have to tell her? There's only one thing! Like, how do you need instructions here?
Forward. Left. Left. Forward. Left. Left. Forward. Right. Right. Forward. Left. Right. Left. Right. Right. Left. Forward.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
My cape!
What?
No time to explain.
She's an inventory item? Oh, it's just a little baby.
Nightmares come in many forms. Once you realize what you are actually afraid of, you can start to deal with the fear.
Too much peril before
Just my
bed.
head. It's not gonna work. I'm not afraid of you. Ah!
I figured after that scream you'd be back. Let's pick up our story once again. I wasn't actually afraid of dragons. I was still struggling with the loss of a chakra. Now, my decisions meant the life or death of a kingdom. That's the true beast I needed to wrestle with.
Hashtag my pair. Why didn't you do that before the jumping puzzle? Right? Get in my cloak. I'll just jump across here. Bramble is just... and Dragon Baby are just chilling in my cloak. I don't have any context pop-ups. There we go. It's a bunch of Newtons there. Dragon Baby Shadow Time. My hat! Thanks. Bullied goblin. Thanks.
I didn't need to wear his crown to be a great king. My old hat suited me just fine, and Daventry was ready for a new adventure.
I got my hat. Number 1 ribbon? What is that? This is quite a library. What are the goblins doing with all these books? The Pied Piper? Or something? By Manny.
Once, in a town just like the one you're imagining, there was a beautiful castle that stood high on a hill. All were welcome here. Well, Everyone except for the pests.
They must be gobbling up all the wisdom of those pages. Really?
The townspeople cried out to their king, "We must be rid of these rats! They're scaring our children and stealing our cheese. One even ate a baby." The town had become very unpleasant indeed. Every morning, gold coins clanged through the water well carrying wishes for a better town, but the rats remained. The king, in his finite wisdom, had also been casting wishes, for he desperately needed a plan. As wishes would have it, a wandering piper appeared at the castle gates. The piper offered to expel the rats from the kingdom if the town would overthrow their moronic liege. "Hear, hear," they cried out. "Our throne is but a seat for a hat rack. Rid us of these pests, and the throne is where you'll rest." The stranger pulled out a small flute and played a pleasing melody. The music summoned the rats out of hiding, and they danced on the head of the king. The king shrieked a high-pitched squeal, but the piper continued his song. The rats were led back to the wooded forest where they belonged. The piper returned to the castle to claim his reward, but his knock echoed throughout the halls, and no one let him in. He raised his pipe, and a new melody was played. He watched the drawbridge lower, and a mesmerized kingdom pranced to his side.
So much prancing.
With a few simple notes and a turn on the heel, the stranger led them from the castle to the deep, dark caverns below.
Wait, is this how the goblins came to be?
The throne is now empty, and the well doesn't clang anymore.
Manny knew exactly what to write to incite the horde. He chose every word carefully, fully knowing how the goblins would react to his story. Oh, it was brilliant. They did all the dirty work, and he just sat back and watched. I thought I had bested him in the duel of wits, but the mind games were just beginning.
Manny's the Goblin King. Manny's the Goblin King. "1,001 goblin pranks to fool your friends." Number 781, the baby swap. The good old baby swap. Hashtag baby swap. Baby swap. Doo 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 doo.
Do nightmares ever come true?
Of course, but real monsters are far easier to deal with than imaginary ones.
Ugh. Goblins ruin everything.
Hey! That was Amaya laying there, not dead.
Ugh. Goblins ruin
And Mr.
everything.
Bigglesworth. So they're still alive, they're just in dire straits. Maybe I can still save them.
Das ist alles toll. So tut, ja?
Distress!
Help us, King!
Enough! They're only stories. Can't you just enjoy them for what they are? You've missed the point entirely. Is this how you want your story to be remembered?
Oh.
Wait. How about a new story?
He wiggle waggles his fingers.
Once upon a time, there lived, let me see what I got here.
There lived a bramble.
There lived a sweet little goblin who loved adventures.
The power of hugs!
Even in his young age, stories of the goblin's quests had spread around the land. Like the time he...
Jump kicked an evil serpent lord. Bear hugged a basilisk.
Bear hugged a basilisk. No, that can't be right. Wait a minute here. Outsmarted a quizzical griffin. In fact, his adventures were so legendary, the goblins decided to make him king. But the goblin adventurer was out of his element and overwhelmed with the work it took to run a successful kingdom. His friends offered their heart. But it wasn't enough. He was afraid he would never live up to the king who came before. It got so bad that the goblin gave up. But when packing up his things to run away from the castle, the goblin found... He found...
His old hat!
No, that can't be right. Wait a minute here. Let me try that again.
He found some chopsticks!
No, that can't be right. Wait a minute here. Let me try that again.
He found his old hat!
His old adventurer cap. And the goblin realized that he wasn't just here to continue the previous legacy. He was here to create his own. One filled with... compassion. And the best group of friends you could ever ask for.
Ooh.
Tell them the story of the Great Desert Rat. Yeah, basically.
I shall call you King Nibbletooth the Third.
King Nibbletooth!
Grandpa's gotta hear about this.
Rat coronation.
Told you he'd save us.
No, I told you he'd save us.
I think it was me, actually.
You know, I'm not even sure anymore.
All right, Mr. Fancy Cakes, a river barachi!
And that's my story. Some of the details might have changed over the years, and I certainly left out some parts I wasn't fond of. But I found it's best to enjoy stories for what they are, and not for what you hoped they would be. Ah, you've fallen asleep again, and I think it's time I do the same.
I think that's the end of chapter 2. He's just a regular dude. He got baby swapped.
You looked like you could use a friend.
And he's not done. Alright, well. You see this one's empty? That's where Amaya would have been, showing that I didn't really save her. She and the Mr. Bigglesworth ended up in the sick beds. I saved them. I got everything from the merchant. I got all the coins. I got 2 of the 3 pages, but 1 is empty because I didn't get that one. And I left with Bramble. So this whole thing just shows like what I actually did in the chapter. Pretty cool. Makes sense that they'd come back, otherwise the town would be so vastly different in new chapters. Well, assuming you even go to the town in later chapters. You might not even go to the town in the later chapters, who knows? You probably do, though. So, anyway, I like this one. It was definitely darker than the first one, and harder, and more complex. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it had a lot more meaningful choices. It made you feel like the stakes were higher, you know? Which I thought was pretty cool. I liked it. It wasn't as funny as the first chapter. But it was probably more interesting gameplay-wise. So I liked it. I screwed it up. I didn't do it the right way, of course. But But it all turned out okay in the end. The actual goblin caves, the actual environment, like the level design was cool. I thought it was a really interesting area to explore. It had some more complex puzzles that were a little harder, like the one with the music and stuff. And I suppose if you did it the right way, Monsters of the Mind and Fear, the theme, yeah. It's true. I suppose if you did it the most optimal way, it wouldn't involve nearly as much backtracking through the same areas over and over as I did. You know? But I don't think you'd have any way of knowing what the right way to do it was if the first time you played this. If you didn't look at a walkthrough and you hadn't played it before, you'd just have to muddle your way through it. You wouldn't know what was going to be available, how much food was going to be available, how you got the food, how much food people were going to need. You wouldn't know any of that, right? So it'd be real easy to muddle it up and waste a lot of time and otherwise sort of screw things up. But I think I did the best I could. I wonder what happens, though. You think about it, Nox. We determined that you have to have the bolt cutters to get anybody free, right? So what happens if you let the alchemists starve? If they get will they get taken out, and thus they couldn't be a thing where it's, oh well, now it's impossible because you can't get the bomb because you can't. So maybe if you let them starve, they're still able to do the bomb somehow. So maybe the key is to the cell opens and you're able to make the potion yourself. I guess that's possible. I don't know, it's pretty complex web of causes and effects and choices in this one. More so than most adventure games I've played, where there's always usually one solution, one way you can do things, it can only turn out one way. This had so many layers and branches, you know? Yeah, if the baker's only bramble gets taken out, so then the baker... So probably only one of the two gets taken out, maybe, of the hobble pots. So the other one can stay and still make the potion. I don't know. One day I will replay this and try to do it the perfect way. But not today. Now I move on to chapter 3. Chester potentially staying by licking the walls or whatnot. I like these art things that show what you did in an artistic way. Doesn't even show what Chapter 5 looks like. Once upon our climb...
I began my knighthood in Daventry with nothing to my name except a feather in my cap, a cape on my back, and an appetite for adventures. Questing
Wait, are we
led
going
me
back
to
in
recover
time now?
King Edward's magic mirror, and he rewarded me with his throne.
So does this take place? This must take place. They must keep going into chronological order, right? I don't think we've gone back in time to before Chapter 2. Or maybe we have at this moment. The heck is that? What are those weird lumps on the ground? Cow pies, giant cow
I
pies.
inherited a flawed but charming kingdom, and I worked tirelessly to restore the land to its former glory. That trellis looks better over there.
It did?
Over there, really.
The hell?
Or here. Hey, I'm flexible. That trellis looks better over there. In a few short years, I had grown into the king I'd always wanted to be. And while I was proud of the Daventry I had shaped, something still felt like it was missing.
Oh, look, now I've gotten older. More facial hair. Yeah, something feels like it's missing, like me having a way past these brambles. Well, I'm already stuck. There's no space barring this. Must be connected to the trellis position. Oh, right, because of the past. In the past where I put the thing. Okay. Because this is right in front of the thing.
Over there, really.
Yeah, it just went back in time, basically, and... Owls. Wow.
Wait! No! There is absolutely no way that could be right. There's no way that could have happened. I was too invested in that owl. I must have missed a detail in the story. No, I didn't abandon that owl family. I found a way to save their son.
I went all the way back in town and dug up those mounds?
I forgot one small detail. I began my knighthood in Daventry with nothing to my name except a feather in my cap, a cape on my back, an appetite for adventures, and a small shovel in my pocket.
He's rewriting the story.
A tiny acorn had been planted in the dirt. No treasure there. Buried in the soil was a tiny, spiniferous thorn seed.
No thorn bush at all this time. No acorn tree. The owls are fine. Wait.
Something's still missing in this bird brain equation. I'll try again.
What? Owl, try again.
Okay, apologies. One last time. I began my knighthood in Daventry with nothing to my name except a feather in my cap, a cape on my back, an appetite for adventures, a small shovel, one miniature acorn, and the seed of a spiniferous thornweed.
So what if I plant the thornweed right here?
That looked like a great spot for a spiniferous thornweed.
No, I changed my mind. Get that out of there. Because this is the spot of the, where the owls were. So if I put an acorn here, they'll have an acorn tree.
Miniature acorn in the ground. A way to commemorate new beginnings.
Let's see what we get now.
Or here. Hey, I'm flexible. That trellis looks better over there.
Hey, Splode, welcome. Good to see ya. Thanks so much for subscribing again, Splode. Really appreciate it. So now they have it. Wait, where the fuck is the tree that I planted?
You really like watching that baby bird suffer, don't you? It's all a big hoot to you. Does your mother know? Or should I talon you?
What? Oh, narrator. I planted a tree right in front of this rock, though. Where the fuck is my tree? Oh, a piece of the rock fell down. So planting a tree there isn't gonna work. Alright, hold on. Give me my acorn. Thanks, Splode. How you doing, Splode? I'm good. What if I put the thorn here? That'll stop you thieving squirrels or whatever. Now, what if I put the tree here? Now there's a massive tree. Ah, and the owls are up in it. Safe. Maybe.
It's not a matter of when the badger will strike again, but rather who.
Alright, it doesn't matter what I plant in front of this... What I plant in front of this rock, it's always gonna fall down and crush whatever I planted. So I need to plant the tree... Found a condo in Portland for sale? Nice. That sounds great. I hope that works out for you. Yeah, I've never bought a home myself, so nor do I care to. But hopefully there's no problems. I'm gonna move the trellis now too. Wait, now it lets me move the trellis back that way? It wouldn't before. Well, let's just see how this shakes out. There's the big tree with the owls in it. Hopefully there's thorns in the way that the little goober can't get past. No, he just ran right past the thorns like it weren't no thing.
Aviary time. Same result.
Aviary time. Alright. It even crushed the trellis. But what if I put the trellis on the thorn plant? So that the thorn plant grows up bigger.
Or here. Hey, I'm flexible.
I'm liking King's Quest a lot, actually, Splode. It's really good. There we go. Got him. Got him!
The family of chirping owls brought a smile to my face, but anguish to my heart. My kingdom was thriving, but I was alone. Who was I building this Daventry for?
They're so happy.
The loneliness of the road that night was only offset by the company of my hungry, rumbling tummy. I headed back to the castle for a bite to eat.
Bramble's picture was on the back of that chair. And I think maybe Amaya's picture was on the chair before it.
What good is all this food with no one to share it with? Oh, how rude of me. Here you go.
Sire, Daventry Decree 74311...
I know. No animals are allowed at the table. Did the bakers ever respond to my invitation for dinner?
They declined. Said they couldn't find a sitter.
You're right. Perhaps the guards would accept an invite for dinner.
Oh, Graham, we'd love to.
We'd love to, but...
Yeah, Decree 911 to the 23rd power.
Afraid so, sire.
As you were. Oh, before I forget, Larry, you know I restored the budget for your own personal steed, right?
Oh, right. My own personal steed. Thank you.
Well, I suppose I could use the surplus on masking the odor of number 2. No, I mean Royal Guard number 2. He smells like syrup.
It's intolerable, really. It's gotten so bad my helmet fogs up.
You'll get used to it.
You're absolutely right. We should create a dinner guest out of all this extra food. Why didn't I think of that?
I like how they have the same voice actor for Graham, but he actually manages to make himself sound younger and older while it's still being the same person, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Triumph's... oh, it's Triumph's bowl.
Such big muscles. Can't believe you had trouble finding a girlfriend.
I worked on those muscles for myself, Gwendolyn. Thank you very much.
Notice I've got my adventurer hat on too, not the crown.
Someone had placed a second throne next to mine as a hint. I bet it was Royal Guard number 2. He was growing old and anxious for Graham kids.
Really? You're using your own name in puns now?
You're right. That pun was chairless.
The fuck? The fuck? Graham kids. Nox says they're so happy beak claws of the efforts of Graham. Oh my god. This is the most punny game.
Triumph's old.
Aw, old Triumph. Wait, what?
What good is all this food with no one to share it with?
Got some peas. Now the land shall know peas. Instead of war.
What good is all this food with no one to share it with?
Meat, folded napkin, pile of peas. Bramble. Amaya. Chester. An empty chair.
You're absolutely right. We should create a dinner guest out of all this extra food. Why didn't I think of that? Well, would you care to join me for dinner?
Dinner sounds lovely, but I'm only allowed to leave my post in times of distress. Or if that plate of peas needs to be replenished. Oh, I think they went too strong on the lavender again. I can smell the spices from here.
What kind of weird-ass guard is this?
Can you fan some of this lavender smell away from my nostrils? Please.
You're not fooling me. That's not where that goes. That didn't fit there. Round peg, square hole. Now's not the time for that. Now's not the time for that.
She does have another plate of peas.
Well, would you care to join me for dinner? You're absolutely...
Well, doesn't our little buddy get something to eat? Triumph is like, I'm good on the peas, thanks. Get no pleasure out of that choice of food. Oh, he'll eat the peas.
More peas, sir? Apologies. I'm allergic to the lavender.
Pea replenishment.
That didn't fit there.
What?
Round peg, square hole. Now's not the time for it. You're not fooling me. That's not where that goes.
Sire, Daventry Decree 74311.
I know. No animals are allowed at the table.
Sire, Daventry.
You're not fooling me. That's...
Alright, so create another dinner guest. As silly as that sounds.
Round peg, square hole. That didn't fit there. Now's not the time for that.
What good is all this food with no one to share it with?
Round peg, square hole. You're not fooling me.
Well, these peas reek of lavender. What good is all this food with no one to share it with?
Thanks for the host, Matt McGrath.
Nope, I'm pretty full.
Guess made of food really appease Graham. Why does the king never gain weight? Because he eats his food by the gram. That's dumb. It says create another dinner guest, but I don't see how to do that.
You're not fooling around,
I
Peg.
can't put the peas and stuff here. And I can't put it here. This is the empty chair they're speaking of.
You're absolutely right. We should create a dinner guest out of all this extra food. Why didn't I think of that?
Because it's a dumb idea.
Now's not the time for that. You're not fooling me. That didn't fit there. That didn't fit there. Now's not the time. You're not fooling me.
Like, I don't know where to put this stuff. If not here... I tried using everything on the guard already. And I tried using everything on Triumph. I tried using everything on this chair. I tried using everything down here at this end. Both in and out of this mode. I don't understand how I use this stuff. Does your cow suffer from punitis? Have you tried everything and are ready to give up? Talk to your doctor about punapentin. Create an extra dinner guest out of food. Right.
Round peg, square hole. Now's not the time for that. That didn't fit there. You're not fooling me. That's not where that goes. Round peg, now's not the round peg, square hole.
Literally nothing.
That didn't fit there. You're not fooling. That didn't fit there.
Literally nothing works. What am I missing?
Well, would you care to join me for dinner?
Dinner sounds lovely, but I'm only allowed to leave my post in times of distress. Or if that plate of peas needs to be replenished. Oh, I think they went too strong on the lavender again. I can smell the spices from here.
Yeah, again with this lavender thing. Cow skipping through the fields in slow motion. I'm already stuck. We're like 5 minutes into chapter 3. And I'm already confused as to what I'm supposed to do. There's something I'm missing.
You're not fooling. Now's not the time for that. That didn't fit there. Round peg, square hole.
Pea refill?
Something to do with the pea refill, like... Oh, yes! I can take the rug. Well... King Graham is probably a pescatarian. What?
Round peg.
That carpet didn't choose the rug life. The rug life chose it.
What? It's like thug life, but rug, hashtag rug life.
That didn't fit there.
The fuck? Where does it fit then?
Now's not the time for that. You're not full. Round peg. Now's not the time for that. Now's not the time. That didn't.
So that's another thing I can't seem to use anywhere.
That didn't fit there.
I don't understand what the deal is with this silly.
You're absolutely right. We should create a dinner guest out of all this extra food. Why didn't I think of that?
Because it's an incredibly dumb idea. Probably.
Round peg, square hole.
None of these things do anything anywhere in the room that I can interact with. Is it possible there's like an interactor thingy that's just not popping up? It seems that I can't use one thing on another thing. I missed an important thing. Okay, alright, we're making progress
That's a good
finally.
start. What else can we add to her? You're right, she does need a cape.
A purple cape.
What about a hat? What should we use for the face?
Yeah, I got it from here. I don't need hints anymore. I just didn't see that I could interact with that rack. Yeah, everything else after this is simple.
What about a hat? What should we use for the face?
Yeah, the shit that's in my inventory is what we should use. What should we use for the face?
What should we use for the face?
A piece of meat. Meat face.
That didn't fit there. You're not fooling me. That's not where...
Oh, portrait of Bramble face.
Oh, perfect. What should we name her? No, that's my sister's name. You know that. I'm thinking something that ends in a soft consonant.
It was at that exact moment when the magical mirror called out to me.
Also, I was a little bit misled there.
Showed me a magical reflection of a tower far away in the kingdom of Colima. It told me that the princess I would marry was trapped at the very top, waiting for me to rescue her. Wasting no time, I grabbed a beautiful ring from the royal treasury and headed off to save my future wife. Ha! Oh, looks like my nursemaids are here. Can you excuse me for half an hour?
You got it, Grandpa.
This is very problematic. Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's make a guest out of food. You didn't use any of the food to make the guest.
Gwendolyn, it's your move.
Oh. What's taking them so long?
I'm honestly not sure. He's probably just distracting the nursemaids with his jokes.
For 4 hours?
Would that really surprise you?
No, I guess not.
So, are you excited for Grandmother's birthday?
I haven't even picked out her present yet.
Mother helped me pick out mine. I'm told it's the perfect gift.
All right, children. Your grandpa is now ready for you. Gwendolyn, he asked to see you first.
Can we go together?
Best not to overwhelm him all at once. Besides, I need God's help with the daily decrees.
Is it alright if we finish this after lunch?
Go ahead. Wouldn't want to keep him from his favorite.
Your grandfather doesn't have favorites, Scott. He loves each of you in his own special way. Now tidy up and meet me in the throne room. I've got 3 trays of appetizers with your name on them.
His special way of loving Gwendolyn is more.
Own special way. Doesn't matter. Not with Addendum 48677 in the books.
He just shot himself.
Ah, bother.
Come on. There's got to be another one in there. Just one more, one last quest. Another notch in my feather, a voyage to Neptune's kingdom, or a journey through the infinite desert. Please, Mirror, one final adventure.
Grandpa?
Ah, just the person I wanted to see.
Are you doing alright?
I am now.
Did they find you the right medicine?
Your company is better than any medicine in those vials. Yeah. Now, come, sit. This time, you picked the story. Something with a dragon, perhaps.
Actually, could you tell me more about Grandma? Everyone knows she's a great queen, and she's nice and regal and wonderful. But none of that's helping me pick out her birthday present. I want to get her something really special.
Of course. I suppose there's no better place to start than at the beginning, when my travels led me to the Enchanted Isles.
Enchanted Isles. That looks like a really questionable tower.
Grandpa, Mom used to tell me this story before bed. Hasn't everyone in Daventry heard this? You climbed that tower, rescued Princess Valenice, fell in love, and lived happily ever after.
Well, fairy tales have a bad habit of simplifying matters of the heart. They weave tales, but love just happens easily and with no effort required. The real story is far more exciting than what you've been led to believe.
Okay. Whee! I still have the portraits with me, intriguingly enough. But none of that food. Here's the deal. Let me tell you about this right now. If I was Graham, and I had gone through that situation in the Goblin Caves where food was so scarce and everybody was starving and stuff, I wouldn't go anywhere without some fucking food on me after that. I'd be carrying food everywhere I went. At least some Cliff Bars or something. This is a cool looking screen. Look at those clouds, those are pretty neat. Ooh. Hopefully they subvert this trope a little bit and it's not quite as problematical as the classic. I feel like this is like simplifying a bunch of adventures that were already had in a previous King's Quest game. Sneaking through the Cave of Wolves, I don't know. It's a nice looking little camp we just made. Hey look, there's a bird up there. And a squirrel. Played him when you were young, barely remember anything outside of enjoying. Yeah, same here, Splode. I played him when I was so young, so long ago, that I don't remember anything about them, really. Or I just casually go in there. We gotta scout out the area. Okay. It's pretty well scouted. Some kind of stone just shot out of the side of the wall there. Go check that out. This is convenient. This is super convenient. This is a very helpful tower. Oh. This tower's not gonna let me die. It won't let me jump off some random bad direction. Let's see what happens if I... There we go.
I hadn't even met my love, and I was already falling for her.
Falling for her. I wanted to get some death puns. Hashtag death puns.
True love never dies, but Zaz, can it hurt? It's okay. True love can wait. This tower was not built to scale.
Was not built to scale.
I can't help falling in. Well, just falling. I can't help falling. Falls to the walls.
Falls to the walls.
It was spring in Kalima, but I still wasn't over fall.
Still wasn't over fall.
And then I felt like climbing that tower all over again. So I did.
How many of these are there?
It was the tower's cracks that were slippery. Not his fault.
His fault.
I hadn't even met my...
Alright, now it's starting to repeat himself.
True love... It's okay. This tower was... I can't...
Made it!
Whew.
He's like, hey!
Huh?
Fate brought me to that tower to find my true love. But which one was she? I played with a magic mirror to show me a sign.
It's a sign!
Well,
The nurturing mother has given us... Oh, it's 2 signs. What is that giant avocado picture?
Princess, will you marry me?
No.
Don't you believe in love at first sight?
I don't. Well, I do, but not like this. You don't even know me. I don't even know you. You didn't even ask my dad. Please stand up. You're making it worse.
Yes. Well, my apologies.
Ignore the fact that I was honestly just trying to click on the portrait behind her.
Love.
Well, I might have said yes, but I loathe second place.
So that's, no?
Yes. I mean, yes, that's a no.
Well, no bother. We shall now proceed with the rescue mission as planned. Princesses, if you would be so kind as to toss down your long, luxurious, golden locks of... hair?
You're joking, right? No one's had that hairstyle for decades. Centuries, really.
Please tell me buried inside that ornate cape is a real escape plan.
Hold on a second. What happens if you do it the other way? It probably ends up exactly the same, but there's probably a little bit of different dialogue. Oh, I see. That's where the save game is, so it doesn't matter.
Well...
Oh, I skipped too much! Skipped too much! Because Graham already avocadors her?
Princess, will you marry me?
Avocadors her.
No.
Don't you believe in love at first sight?
I don't. Well, I do, but not like this. You don't even know me. I don't even know you. You didn't even ask my dad. Please stand up. You're making it worse.
Yes. Well, my apologies. My one true love.
Well, I might have said yes, but I loathe second place.
So that's, no?
Yes. I mean, yes, that's a no.
Well, no bother. We shall now proceed with the rescue mission as planned. Princesses, if you would be so kind as to toss down your long, luxurious, golden locks of... hair?
You're joking, right? No one's had that hairstyle for decades. Centuries, really.
Please tell me buried inside that ornate cape is a real escape plan. Like a trained eagle, or flying berries, or an adventuring rope.
Adventuring rope?
The gesture, like to show what a rope is.
You're a bit of a ropeless romantic now, aren't you?
Well, looks like you're stuck here with us. An intro might be in order. My name is...
Earthquake?
Not quite.
The whole tower's alive. It's a giant creature. Wow, that is a hell of a creature.
Steady that shelf!
What happens if I don't?
Oh, don't worry, it only looks breakable.
Over there, if you would!
Oh, and I do want to steady the shelf, though. Is it Baba Yaga's hut? Something like that.
Oh, good catch!
Over there, if you would! Lovely! Right there!
To your left! Nice moves. Quick feet.
I felt like the magic mirror was playing games with my heart. Was it watching every move I made? Did it already know who my queen was? I needed to relax. I needed to be myself. I needed to help clean up the mess I made. What was this dark magic? An invisible wall guarded the outside world from me. If I wanted to impress the princesses, I would need to find another way to get that vase.
That vase is really important. That was pretty funny.
The vase sat just outside the boundaries of a spell keeping me inside the tower.
It's the Yawning Portal Ward. What do I have on me? Still have portraits. Look, I would have just gone up in the tower, see the two of them, and been like, yo, anybody here want to be queen? We got a queen throne we're giving away. Anybody? Got to devase a plan.
The vase sat just outside the boundaries.
Oh, I want to talk to the little...
Hmm?
But what if I show you this?
That didn't fit there. You're not fooling me. That's round peg. Which princess did you talk to first?
Well, I actually looked around the room first. Yo, anyone want the throne? We're queening house this week.
The take-home version of a battle of wits. Huh. I didn't see a spot for board games.
Got a board game in my inventory.
An unfinished masterpiece. No idea where this belongs.
What? Okay, stop it, Graham. Don't be deliberately obtuse. There's an easel! There's a fucking easel! Right there! 7 feet away from you. And you pick up a painting and you're like, I have no idea where this belongs. You saw it sitting on the easel earlier! Easel does it, Graham. Nice, Nox. Easel does it. That is the most easel puzzle of all time. No idea where this goes.
All I knew how to make was chocolate chip pancakes, and I didn't see any chocolate chips.
I'm here to make chocolate chip pancakes, and I'm all out of chocolate chips.
It was cold at the top of that tower. The sparkly purple book had a winged Pegasus on its cover. Perhaps one of the princesses would know where it went.
Maybe it goes on a bookshelf. Crazy thought.
This puzzle box busted in the fall and could use some fixing.
Puzzle box, huh? I don't like the sound of that. There's always a puzzle box. Can I go up these steps?
Hey, were you invited up there?
No. Technically, I wasn't invited into this tower at all.
It was cold at the top of that tower.
Portraits on the walls.
Hey there. Sorry about earlier. Things got a little... weird.
Apology accepted.
I'm Graham, by the way. As in King Graham of Daventry. As in King Graham the... Compassionate.
Compassionate. Nice to meet you, Graham. I'm V, as in Princess V of Eastern Kalima.
Is V short for something?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Okay, I see what they're gonna do here.
I should also apologize for forgetting my adventuring rope. I guess nothing was planned in my proposal.
Adventuring rope? Oh, that was a bit of a lark. Rope wouldn't matter much anyway.
It wouldn't?
Don't you think if there was any way of escaping, we would have done it by now? No, we're all bound to this tower by some outdated wizard's spell. You know, one that needs some antiquated ideal of love to break it.
I see.
I knew from reading Courting Queens to Hold Court the importance of a good first impression. I would have to choose my next words carefully.
So...
Come here often! Do you come here often? This tower that you're trapped in. Where are you originally from? How do you think this is going so far?
What did you study in school?
Literature and archery. But I spent most of my time on the field playing snoot polo. I was on scholarship and still hold all of the records. At least I hope I do. Oh, it's been a while since I've been able to check. Where did you study?
I went to night school up north and majored in all things adventure. And minored in creative costuming. Another question, if you'd humor me.
The shining stars or the corn grass?
Whom would you say you admire most?
My dad. He taught me everything I know, and was never afraid to take some time off the throne to play a game of wits or strategyship with me. What about you? Whom do you most admire?
The legend named Achaka. But that might be a story for another time.
Why are you still single, other than the fact that you're trapped in a fucking magic tower by a wizard spell? What a dumb question. Why don't I have one of the options, where does this painting go? Tell you about your best friend. You don't have a best friend, you're trapped in a tower. I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Who would you say is your best friend?
Why, niece, of course. We've been best mates since birth, even though our kingdom frowns on it. What about yours?
Triumph? Sir Triumph III. He's a person. He counts as a real human friend.
That was actually a bit fun. Thanks. We still have work to do, though, so back at it.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
I'm sure a clever fellow like you can figure it out.
But what do you think about this?
My dad and I used to play this game for hours. It goes on that shelf. That's not Baroque, is it? Okay, good. Ask Nice where that goes. Beanstalks, pagi, and magical manatees. Says property of Nice all over it. She should know where it goes.
Now's not the time for that. Round peg, that didn't
Why
fit
am I
there.
carrying around these portraits?
My dad and I used to play this game for hours. It goes on that shelf.
That shelf.
Appreciate it.
That's not a shelf. That's the top of a cabinet. And it's... Why would you put... These people are frustrating me. They're frustrating me, Nox. Why would you put it like there, right there, like that? It's just gonna fall off. It's sitting on the fucking... It's sitting on the short side. It's not stable. We're in a tower that walks around. It's just gonna fall. It's gonna permanently damage the box. That's the dumbest... That's almost as dumb as not knowing where the painting goes. Almost. So, this is what they're gonna do, right? What they're gonna do is... that we already know the name of Graham's wife. It's Valenice, right? So now they have them called V and Nice, and they're not going to tell us what they're short for, so we won't know their actual names. So throughout the whole thing, we won't know which one is the actual one. Because either one could hypothetically be it. That's the game they're going to play with us here.
Shame. It looked like the loot cracked in the tumble and was in need of a repair.
Mending. If only I was Garen from Chains of Satnav, I could just doodle-doodle-doodle and fix it.
Don't go up there.
Okay. I guess I won't.
Hello. I thought perhaps I could introduce myself properly.
And your name is?
My name? Of course. I'm King Graham of Daventry. King Graham the... Compassionate.
Compassionate. Lovely. Pleasure to meet you, Graham. I'm known as Nice. As in, Princess Nice of Western Kalima.
So, how did you get trapped up here?
Well, I saw this tower on the edge of my kingdom, and a little old lady told me there was a majestic unicorn at the top. I leapt at the chance for adventure. My siblings are never going to let me live this one down. Oh, I hope they don't have to clean my room. I have too many important art projects that need finishing. So, what about you? What brings you here?
Oh, wow, I was also looking for majestic unicorns. Are there any up here?
There was a goat with a glued-on horn named
Mr. Fancy Cakes!
Have you met him?
One does not simply meet Mr. Fancy Cakes. One is awed by Mr. Fancy Cakes.
Tell me about it. Not sure where he ran off to.
We never are.
Nice chatting, but we really should get back to cleaning.
I wonder if you only get to ask a bunch of questions of whichever one that you approach first. Because I got to ask a bunch of questions to V, but I only got to not really ask any questions at all to her. What? I want that book.
Advanced crosswords, riddles, and puzzles. The whole book was solved already. I wonder who it belonged.
I don't wonder. I already know exactly who it belonged to. I've already sussed out the personality of both of these people. It's clearly hers. But I'm gonna show it to her first.
You're not fooling. Now's not the time for that.
I'll finish it someday. Until then, it goes over there.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
I'm sure a caring gentleman like yourself has a plan. The hidden magical world. Each page brings me more joy than the last. Can you put that over there?
Yes.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
I'm sure a caring Oh, that's V's. She loves logic puzzles. Ask her where it goes.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Fucking, oh, it goes on this easel here. Who knew?
Very nice.
Bongos. Perhaps they go with the kitchenware.
Bongos.
Thank the shining stars that didn't fall on your head. You could have ended up with a percussion. Anyways, beats me where those go. They belong to Nice. I read that at least 3 times a year. Could you put it back over there?
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Some sort of nunchuck made of bone. At least it was a self-sustainable business model.
Bone nunchuck.
My bongos! Oh, V says these are nothing but treble.
Nothing but treble.
Over there.
Nothing but treble.
Those are V's. She never lets me touch them. She'll know where to put them.
Ended up with a percussion.
Thank the shining stars that didn't fall on your head. What can I say? As an only child, I was in constant need to keep myself entertained.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Wow. Nice polearm in there. Long spear, we're calling it.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
You're not fooling me. That's not where that goes. Now's not the time for that.
That's the spirit. I wonder if I can punch the long spear through the bubble to grab the vase. Apparently so.
Wow, not too shabby. Excellent work, Graham.
Why did she,
It's Hagatha! You better hide.
I can't stand that soggy woman. I won't even speak to her.
V, that's not very nice.
Might not be nice, but it's true.
You've never been one to give the time of day to people you don't like.
Seriously, she looks like a melted marshmallow.
She looks like a melted marshmallow. Wow.
Everything tip-top up here? Ah, how are my delicate little flowers?
We're splendid, Hagatha. Thank you.
Looks like you lovelies missed a spot.
She's got quite a tail there.
What was that?
Nothing.
That's right, dearie. A good princess should keep her thoughts on the inside, just like we practiced. Well, hello there.
That's not quite how it happened. Oh, yes. Now I remember.
Looks like one of the moose sticks in Dark Crystal. Ah, yes.
That's right, dearie. A good princess should keep her thoughts on the inside.
No! My thing is stuck in the...
Out of place?
No, no.
Aftershock?
Oh, sweetie, we'll need to continue working on your awkward bungling.
I've been working.
Looks like my garden needs to be weeded.
Zards, this part went so smoothly the last time I told it.
That's right, dearie. A good princess should keep her thoughts on the inside, just like we practiced. Out of place?
Aftershock?
Oh, sweetie, we'll need to continue working on your awkward bungling.
I've been working on my sleep giggles, too.
Perfect. Perfect. Now,
Sleep giggles.
What's this?
No!
A weed in my precious garden?
Gwendolyn, hush! You're distracting me.
Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Shh.
Blaming it on Gwendolyn.
That's right, dearie.
The fact that this first part of this isn't skippable is making me sad.
Just like we practiced.
Can I just polearm this lady? Hashtag January.
Out of place?
Aftershock?
Oh, sweetie, we'll need to continue working on your awkward bungling.
I've been working on my sleep giggles, too.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, that smell. From over there. Yes, yes.
Totally can't see the legs and the cape and everything
What
under the
do
easel.
We have here?
Agatha, would you like
Don't interrupt. It's rude.
Whatever you say, you slimy cucumber.
Gotcha! Oh, joy! Looks like another princess has joined our party.
Princess?
Long, flowing gown, pale skin with rose-colored cheeks, an elaborate headdress, and... wait. Oh, the scent of lavender. I recognize
She's a little bit
princess
blind.
when I see one. Welcome to my tower. I'd invite you to dinner, but you don't really have a choice. Oh, Agatha. Good one.
I like the herringbone wood floor. Other than that, this place is kind of a shithole. Are you eating a turnip, or is that your nose? I gotta try this and see what happens.
I just have to ask. Is that your nose, or are you eating a turnip?
Oh, well, what a funny little princess. Humor does not suit us ladies. It would do you well to remember that. Now come, it's time to eat.
Hum's face.
Hey, hush!
What was that? What's everyone feel like for dinner?
I'll take savory.
Sweet, please.
After dinner, Agatha excused herself and told us to get our beauty rest like all good princesses should. The sun was setting, but none of us were sleepy. Vi suggested we play a game to pass the time. Niece picked out Moral Quarrel, a casual social game. Vi preferred something more competitive, but begrudgingly went along with it.
All right. The first step is we answer all the cards in front of us. We must answer honestly, or the game won't work.
This sounds intriguing.
A magical genie offers you one of two very specific wishes. A, you can live one life that lasts 1,000 years. Or B, you can live 10 lives that last 100 years. Which do you choose?
Ooh, I mean, that depends so much
Come on with it. This is the easy part.
on what the circumstances of the one life that lasts 1,000 years is.
Do you still need more time? Good thing we went with such a simple game. There's no strategy to this part, just be honest.
You are a royal guard on the lookout for an evil sorcerer that has been terrorizing villagers. When you finally apprehend this sorcerer, you discover he is Charles, your childhood best friend. Do you A, tell Charles to leave town and never return? Or B, throw your friend in the castle dungeon?
A.
Would you rather A, have a pet dragon, or B, be a dragon?
I'd want to be a dragon with a pet dragon. Is that weird?
I'm gonna wait a second and see if they say anything.
Come on with it. This is the easy part.
Alright, I'd rather have a pet dragon than be a dragon.
Would you rather A, have a tail that never stops loudly tapping against the ground, or B, have noodles for hands? Well, that wouldn't allow you to pick up anything.
Dragons have
Okay.
tails. So tail.
Okay, obviously you pick A, right? B is like horribly crippling, A is just annoying.
Do you still need more time? Good thing we went with such a simple game.
Would you rather A, constantly reek of syrup and not smell it, or B, constantly smell reeking syrup?
I actually like the smell of syrup.
I'd rather constantly smell reeking syrup.
First, we mix up our hands. At the start of our turn, we choose which player we want to try to pair with. We'll then ask the question from the card at the top of our decks. If both asker and askee answer the same way, they both place the card on one of the 3 spaces between them. Once there are 3 cards between the 2 players, they both win the game. If there's not a match between players, the card must be discarded. If a player runs out of cards before matching 3, they lose. Graham, are you getting all this?
Oh, Mirror, which one is it? Is it V? Is it Niece? Do they like me? Do I like them? What does my breath smell like? Oh, lavender. And, ooh, eggs. We're inside. Should I take my hat off? What if they don't like capes? That's silly. Everyone loves capes. What if they're allergic to Triumph? Please tell me this is my inside voice.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. Just in my relaxed box.
Ready to begin? Graham, you start.
A magical genie offers you one of 2 very specific wishes. A, you can live 1 life that lasts 1,000 years. Or B, you can live 10 lives that last 100 years.
A is V, B is Niece. So I've got to decide which one of them answered the same way that I did. Or I could try to fuck it up on purpose. Well, I'm pretty sure most of my answers are going to be the way that Niece would answer, not V, because most of my answers were less logical and more emotional, I think. So...
100% B.
I agree. Think of all the lives you could lead. Explorer, artist, pirate, vampire.
Or a ninja, or a zombie.
Graham. A rich merchant inadvertently drops 1 shiny gold coin on the ground. You see a poor, hungry orphan pick it up. Do you A, convince the orphan to be honest and return the coin, or B, turn your head the other way and let the orphan keep the coin?
Alright, so my answer is definitely B, but there's no way, but V clearly picked A. I'm still gonna pick B, though.
B. The orphan needs that money more than the merchant does.
I chose A. I figured their honesty would be rewarded with more than just 1 shiny gold coin.
Graham? You have been hunting for your starving family all day and only managed to catch a small goose. On your way back home, a hungry beggar offers you magic beans in return for the goose. The beggar tells you that the beanstalk sprouted from his beans will lead you to a chest that produces unlimited food. He would go after it himself, but his legs are too tired and old. Do you A, kindly reject the offer and bring your starving family their dinner? Or B, let the beggar eat the goose and plant the beans in your yard?
Okay. A is V, B is Niece again. It's pretty clear which one is which for them. I'm gonna plant the beans, which will be the same answer as her. That'll give us another card.
B? I mean, magic beans.
Yep, magic beans.
Magic beans.
You are a royal guard on the lookout for an evil sorcerer that has been terrorizing villagers. When you finally apprehend this sorcerer, you discover he is Charles, your childhood best friend. Do you A, tell Charles to leave town and never return, or B, throw your friend in the castle dungeon?
Right, so again, it's very obvious. A is her, B is her. I picked A. If I pick her right now, we'll have 3 things and we'll win the game. If I pick her, the card will get discarded and the game will continue. So now I am meta not winning on purpose.
I pick B.
Well, I disagree. Charles should be banished for the crimes he committed. But I couldn't imprison a friend.
Niece? It says, you are the kingdom's wizard doctor. In the middle of the night, an honorable knight and despicable thief arrive at your door. the thief's injuries are much more severe than the knight's. Do you A, heal the knight first, or B, heal the thief first?
I picked A. The honorable knight served our kingdom well, and he deserves to be healed.
I picked B. I would honor my medical oath.
Yeah,
to
this
serve
time I
those
actually
in
would have
need
agreed with
first.
V.
V. Oh, this is pretty on the nose. A man you've never met, but is known as a friendly king, sends for your hand in marriage. Do you A, accept his invitation, trusting his reputation, or B, seek love on your own?
Is there any other answer than B?
Of course. I chose the same.
Would you
Yeah, A
rather
is pretty
A, have
dodgy.
a pet dragon, or B, be a dragon?
Now this one's a little bit trickier. Because I could see her wanting to be a dragon because of the power of it, but I could see her wanting to be a dragon because of the adventure of it. And the same with having a pet dragon. So I feel like it could go either way. I answered have a pet dragon, so I want to try to decide which one didn't want to have a pet dragon. You think be a dragon would be Nice? Yeah, you're probably right.
A. Definitely A.
Yep, I could use a pet dragon. Our moat monster is looking to retire.
Graham, you're poor, and a thief pickpockets your only coin, forcing you to go hungry for the night. A few days later, you see the same thief get robbed of his dinner by 2 bandits. You chase after the bandits and get back the stolen food. Do you A, return the food to the thief, or B, keep the food, teaching the thief a lesson?
I gotta go with the compassionate answer. This is not going to be her answer. So we're not gonna get a match this time.
I'd return the food. Hopefully a good example would turn the thief around.
Oh. Actually, I'd eat the food. You said I was poor and hungry, right? That thief will be fine for one night without dinner. Hopefully he won't steal again.
He'll steal again.
Graham? Your best friend is planning to marry the love of their life. On the day of the wedding, you discover that their fiancé is a gremlin, using a magic spell to disguise themselves as a human.
Wow.
The gremlin assures you it loves your friend and begs you to keep their secret. Do you A, tell your friend anyway, or B, keep their secret?
Okay, I think Nice's answer is B. I'm gonna answer A, which hopefully means we don't get the third match.
Well, A. If they're truly in love, it shouldn't matter.
No. B.
Yeah,
I
I was
wouldn't
right.
want to ruin their special day.
Would you rather A, have a tail that never stops loudly tapping against the ground, or B, have noodles for hands? Well, that wouldn't allow you to pick up anything.
It's hard for me to imagine that anyone would pick noodles for hands. Okay, there's no way she picks noodles for hands, because she's into archery and all that kind of stuff. So she could pick noodles for hands, because maybe she doesn't want to annoy people with the tail. I answered no noodles for hands. So if I pick her, I'll get a second card with her. If I pick her, card will get discarded, I guess? Well, I'm pretty sure she answered the same way I did.
B.
Well, actually, I picked A.
Wait,
I
what?
need these hands for adventuring.
Graham, You have a job you love as the Royal Love Doctor. But during an appointment, your best friend's husband admits to you that he's in love with another woman. Do you A, break the confidentiality policy and tell your friend, potentially getting fired? Or B, advise the man to go back to his wife and hope your friend does not find out that you knew he had eyes for another?
Huh. Explode, can you eat the noodles indefinitely? That's true. Infinite noodles would be an upside to it. Niece would be like, yay, noodles, and wiggle-wagging them around all day. Yeah, see, I was actually wrong about them. That's the first time I've been wrong about what they would pick. I thought V would definitely not want noodles for hands, but apparently she would go with noodles for hands. That one surprised me. Alright. Best friend's husband. He's in love with another woman. Do I tell my friend? Oh, I'm going with B on this one. Wait, but who asked me the question? V asked me the question. Okay, V is definitely picking A here. So I'm going to pick B. We're not going to match.
B. If he's coming to me for help, he deserves to be forgiven.
Actually, I picked A. I would want to be told.
V. Bravery and boldness are the only important qualities for a hero to have. A, true, or B, false?
B.
B, false, for certain. A good leader is well-rounded.
Great minds think alike.
So now if I let them get one more between
Would you
them,
rather
they
A,
win.
constantly reek of syrup and not smell it, or B, constantly smell reeking syrup?
So now I have to decide whether I want to win the game. I could... Wait, I forgot. Oh, what was my answer? My answer was constantly smell reeking syrup. I don't actually know what their answers would be to this. After getting thrown by that last one with the noodle hands. I don't think she would choose to constantly smell reeking syrup. I think she would choose the other one. So I'm guessing that she chose the same thing as me. So if I pick her, we win the game. If I don't pick her, probably what happens is they win the game. Which probably won't make that much of a difference, but... I could be nice to let them win. Or I could just... She's more compassionate, so I think she would be the one that would choose the reeking syrup smell of her own, like I did. Let's just go for it.
100% B.
Agree on B. I would never be able to go out in public if I smelled like that.
It was a close game, but in the end, I won with Niece. She looked like she was holding in a victory dance. They looked upset. Not because of me, but because she hated to lose. When the sun went down, the air turned frigid. We decided it was too cold to play another game, and headed to bed. The walls of the tower were pretty thin, and embarrassing as it is to admit, that night I overheard the princesses talking about me.
So what do you think of King Graham the Compassionate?
Giant
He
stone
seems
walls.
friendly, I guess.
He's quite the character.
This seemed like the perfect time to explore the tower. I was interested in getting to know my new home better.
Explore the tower! That's what I'm talking about. But before we explore the tower, we need to have ice time. Hashtag ice time. It's ice time, ice time, ice time, ice time. It's ice time, ice time. It is time for ice. Ice time. Ice time. Ice time. Ice time. Ice time. Ice time. It is time for ice. Hashtag ice time. Splo would be like, you eat the noodles indefinitely. Infinite noodles. But then if they were your actual hands, it seems like eating the noodles would be very painful, biting off part of your own hands. Even if you could eat the noodles without hurting yourself, I still wouldn't pick the noodle hands. Imagine not being able to pick anything up. That would be incredibly... you wouldn't be able to play video games? Well, you might be able to figure out a way to play video games with your noodles. But in any case, it would be hugely debilitating.
I wasn't ready for bed yet. There was still more to explore. This puzzle box busted in the fall and could use some fixing.
Puzzle box fixing. Still carrying around those portraits, oddly enough. I like how the stairs are like gears that have like shifted to another position.
Shame. It looked like the loot cracked in the tumble and was in need of a repair.
Oh, I see where this is heading. The loot belongs to Nice, the puzzle box belongs to V. I'm only going to be able to repair one of them. I'm going to have to decide which one to repair. I'm on to your games game. I feel like there's all these phases where you kind of like win points with one or the other, and probably at the end of the chapter, whichever one that you got the favor of more times becomes the one or something. So by picking the one first to talk to in the very beginning, that was probably one decision point. By choosing which one to talk to first and ask questions to, that was probably one decision point. By winning the game with one of them, that was probably a decision point. So there'll probably be several different things, and then it'll decide which one of them likes you more or whatever, based on...
It was cold at the top of that tower. All I knew how to make was chocolate chip pancakes.
Which means...
And I didn't see any chocolate chips.
Which means this game has just become a dating simulator. Well, I've explored the tower, but how do I... Oh. 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 Okay, then.
Once upon a time, a beautiful princess locked herself away in a tower and patiently waited for a charming prince to come rescue her.
Oh, I do miss her.
The months turned to years, and no prince ever came to whisk her off to a happy ending.
Oh, was Hagatha the original princess, and nobody ever came to rescue her? And so slowly over time, the spell on the tower turned her into a hag?
Years of appearance-changing potions eventually took their toll and backfired, turning the princess into a soggy hag with a floppy tail.
But
That's what
the
happens
potion
if
could
you
be
get too much
reversed,
work
right?
done.
She could lose the tail, and her skin would change back to normal.
I'm afraid not, Gwendolyn. Hagatha took it too far. There was no coming back.
Not even a greater restoration will fix this shit.
The witch grew bitter and mad. She began kidnapping princesses in order to increase her chances of being rescued.
But how is she kidnapping people if she's stuck in this tower? Oh, I can fuck with this clock.
That seemed to be missing a piece. That seemed to be missing a piece.
Of course it is. It needs a minute hand.
That seemed to be missing a piece.
She just needs Roscoe to read the book to her so she thinks she's beautiful again. And gains an insanity and loses intelligence.
The enchanted canvas painted a younger portrait of whatever stood in front of it.
What? Ooh, look at that sky. The tower's settling back down. I guarantee that board game just fell off. Guarantee that board game just fell off of there.
The enchanted canvas painted.
What did that do? Well, I don't know what to do with this clock yet, so I'm not gonna sit here messing with it for 5 minutes without even having any clue of what I'm doing. Is it my imagination, or am I stuck in here? That's what Amaya the blacksmith looked like. She had big glasses and braces. And like a retainer or something. That's hilarious. What about Chester? He's got pointed ears. Damn, Bramble looked a lot different. Nose ring. Tattoos. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Oh, I might have to do something with this clock to get out of this room. Well... Oh, I get it. Those are shadows of... Oh, so you just line it up. Alright, that was easy enough.
Whoa.
Ice time. Ice time. No, it's not ice time. It's post-ice time. I got an achievement, by the way, for showing those portraits to the thing called Teenage Townsfolk.
Agatha never left the tower, so she would send the princesses on her errands. They would fetch this ingredient or that trinket. She used a special enchantment to poof them out of the tower, and after some time, poof them back in.
Why didn't they ever tell anyone they were trapped up there?
If they did, the spell would instantly pull them back in.
Magic is so arbitrary.
It is arbitrary.
Sistra.
Poof. No, I'm the one trapped in the tower. Maybe they'll come rescue me.
I would hold off on flashing that ring again.
Not gonna make that mistake twice. All I knew how to make was chocolate.
Brr, it's cold.
Hey, were you invited up there?
No. So now I gotta decide which one to help. Well... gonna run laps. Gotta get my cardio in. Gotta get my steps. Carrying that huge tower on its head must be such a burden. Oh, Nox. This tower is definitely a domicile.
Hey there. What's shaking?
I cracked my lute and I don't have the right tool to fix it.
Want me to try to fix it?
Do you have the tool I need?
Nope.
Then I'll take care of it.
How's it going?
My favorite puzzle box is broken. I'm not sure how to fix it yet.
Want me to try to fix it?
I'll get it.
I was stuck. I needed advice. Too bad I couldn't just dart over to the town square. Or could I?
Or could I? Just jot over the town square. Wake up! Poof me out. The portrait, the clock, the vanity. Oh ho ho. Maybe I can just casually walk out here. Nope.
This sorcery was very finicky. It would teleport you away from the tower, but only for a limited time. And you needed something from the place you wanted to go to.
Okay, so now I decide whether I want to go to Bramble or Chester or Amaya. Well, I mean... Okay. If I want to get tools to fix something, the most logical place to go would be Amaya. But let's find out what kind of food-based solution we can come up with if I go to Bramble. Don't worry, we can fix this with a pie, somehow. Look at me just striding along. What if I go this way? The portrait's gone. With a composition.
Ah, the old tournament board. Don't know why I need this, but that's never stopped me before.
A picture of Manny.
Huh, must be spring cleaning. Ah, the old tournament board.
The tree's getting bigger.
The tree had grown. The branches had filled out. It was looking good.
Everything's still kind of looking the same. I can't leave and just go to the dragon cave, can I? No. I'm gonna get some help from the dragon.
Graham, good to see you.
Oh, it's been a while.
Hey, Wenty! Bramble! Where's Taylor?
Oh, he's at home. Probably cutting up our curtains again.
Why, when I was that boy's age, I would roll dough for hours every day after school in me ma's shop. But not my boy. He doesn't have the stomach for hard work.
Or the stomach for sweets. Can you imagine an 8-year-old not liking sweets? Oh, it's not like frosting's an acquired taste.
Ah, well, he's just on a different path, I guess.
Oh, I just hope the path of his shears doesn't cross with me duvet cover ever again.
Come on, little boo. Mr. Fancy Cakes looked fabulous in that velvet floral tuxedo.
Oh, at least he stitches from the heart. Now, Graham, what can we do you for?
So, I actually don't have much time, and no possible way to explain why, so I'll just come right out and ask. I need advice. I may have met someone. Or someone's. How do I know if she is the one?
Well, it's like I always say. Compassion comes from...
the heart. All you need is pie. I know. I mean,
all you need is pie.
These bakery puns are becoming stale, and honestly, the yeast of my worries.
Stale.
I need to rise to the occasion. It's all or muffin.
Need.
Excuse me.
All or muffin.
I've got something in my rye.
All right, you two.
Oh my
You're
God.
baking me crazy.
It's an
Now, Graham,
overload.
if you don't mind, can I answer your question with a question?
Proceed.
Now, it might sound cliché, but just like our spiniferous thornweed pie, real love isn't about the outside. It's what's baked in the gooey center that counts. Have you discussed
And hugs.
What?
Lots of hugs.
Wenty, don't you hug everything?
What? No,
You're hugging yourself right now.
I am not.
Sorry. We've been working on that. He's only supposed to hug things that give him joy.
But Bramble, everything gives me joy.
Wenty, we've been over this. I don't think that vagrant skunk brought you joy.
It did. I have a problem. Hug.
Oh, later, sugar bum. Graham still needs our advice.
Well, if you had to pick your top 2 core values, What would you say you were looking for in a companion?
I would say...
Top 2, huh? Of these. Wit's pretty high up there. Honesty's pretty high up there. I don't give a fuck about good relationship with family. Affection is pretty high up there. As Graham... I would say wit.
Wit. The gooey centers of these biceps is a strong mind. Oh, and also...
affectionate.
Affection. I buffed up these arms for snuggling.
For snuggling.
And hugs. Oh, the spell. It's kicking in. It's going to pull me back.
Spell? Oh, what have you gotten yourself into?
I'll have to explain later. Oh, I could also use a recipe. You got one I could borrow?
Oh, of course. Sweet or savory?
Huh.
Oh, here's another choice between the two. We already know that V likes savory and Niece likes sweet. I wonder if I can try to balance it to where I have the same amount with each one, and if that gets you like a different ending than if you kind of go all in with one or the other. I'm still gonna go sweet. At this point, I'm overbalancing towards Niece, obviously, but I'm trying to make the choices that are consistent with how I've been playing Graham so far, which is the more compassionate route, you know, less logical.
Sweet.
Let's see here. I have ban apple, sugar shroom, cocamel, sweet butter brickle, starberry, and choconut creme pie.
I only need one recipe.
That was one.
Oh, here, sweetheart. This beginner's recipe should be a bit simpler to make.
Thank you.
All right, you have 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, I am glad we got to catch up. But I didn't get to thank him for the popover. Do you think he would turn up again soon? The
Jesus.
next time we see him, we should...
And you're done.
All right.
She said, and you're done.
Hug.
He's the most puntastic of them all. Starberry cream pie recipe. But how does that help me fix their broken shit? Apparently it doesn't. That's awesome. I was just about to do this, but it did it for me automatically. Wait, so is he a goblin?
No way.
I told you no detail would be overlooked. Underneath Manny's mask was the face of a goblin.
Not surprised.
Nice twist.
Not surprised. That's what I was saying. I think he's the Goblin King. Going up. How are we doing on our fixing, ladies?
Hey there. What's shaking?
I cracked my loot and I don't have the right tool to fix it.
Want me to try to fix it?
Do you have the tool I need?
Nope.
Then I'll take care of it.
How's it going?
My favorite puzzle box is broken. I'm not sure how to fix it yet.
Want me to try to fix it?
I'll get it.
I guess I'll go over here to the oven and make this pie out of the no ingredients that I have.
All I knew how to make was chocolate chip.
All right, sweet. Here we go.
Just that easy, I guess. Well, we know who that goes to. It does not go to V.
It was cold at the top of that tower.
I whipped this up special for you.
Sweet! My favorite! Thank you. I fixed the loot. Would you like a lesson?
I would love to.
Oh my god. The journey to spooniness begins. Oh no.
Now you try. Nope. Again. Now you try. Wonderful.
We have to do full-on spoon simulator. No, I fucked it up. I hit the space bar. I didn't think it would... Yeah, I know.
Great. Wonderful. You're a quick learner.
Bardsmanship simulator.
Could you play me a melody to help me sleep?
How about something with a bow and some strings?
Who said violins? Doesn't solve anything.
I was slightly disappointed there was no mention of me that night.
Grandpa, boys aren't the only things the girls talk about.
I learned that lesson long ago.
Violins don't solve anything? Like violence doesn't solve anything? There goes the board game again.
Oh, someone's at the door. Just a moment. Be there in a jiffy.
Agatha, it's been forever. You're looking...
Why is she making those noises?
Agatha, so nice to see you.
Malden, your English is coming along superbly.
Well,
English?
Thanks for noticing.
Care to join me for a spot of tea?
Now, Agatha, I know better than to set foot inside this tower, but I do appreciate the invitation.
You never know. You might like it better in here. The view is quite nice, and if it ever rains, we'll move.
I grew up in a cave, so I'm fine with a small, cold room with a view of rubble.
Speaking of small and cold, please tell him to be careful with this.
The message will be received.
I'm serious, Malden. I've spent my life coated in a thin layer of cosmolotion. It's a potion. It's not a panacea.
Duly noted.
Cosmolotion.
Oh, I almost forgot. He wanted to return this book he borrowed. Said he doesn't need it anymore.
How to Tame Your Dragon.
Ah, yes. How to Tame Your Dragon. And how is Hornswoggle doing?
Hungry as always.
Good to know my feeding enchantment is holding up. Good day, Malden. It's always a pleasure.
The pleasure has been mine. Fare thee well, Agatha.
The dragon's name is Hornswoggle? Morden was the wizard in
One
King's
night,
Quest V?
Agatha invited us all to her pretty princess ball. I was nervous and excited.
Tonight we shall have our pretty princess ball. It will be everything we've always dreamed of. Faster now!
This is some serious Spoonie Simulator right here.
Watch your step, Princess Graham. Keep it up, ladies.
Princess Graham.
Not graceful.
Everyone's a critic.
Not graceful. That's not a princess move. Oh, it's turn, turn, twist. Not twist, turn, turn.
That was really lovely. Thanks, Hagatha. And Princess Graham, of course.
Thanks to you.
Oh, what a glorious evening. Oh, thank you, ladies, for a wonderful ball. I wish it would never end. Perhaps it shouldn't.
It was at that moment Hagatha realized she had everything she wanted inside the tower. Her happy ending was right in front of her. She would freeze time to keep that moment forever.
I wonder if I can make a large enough batch of frost tonic.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
You and Graham are so sweet.
Shh. Oh, hush up.
That night, my nervous anxiety turned to happy butterflies. I went to bed with a smile on my face.
Time hacks.
I had won some favor with Hagatha, and she sent me on a special mission.
Princess Graham, the time has come. I have a very special mission for you. This magic won't last long, but I need you to bring me back the keys of
Harmony.
The spell will teleport you back here once you've picked it up. I need to make sure I can trust you.
You know, Grandpa, I think you told me this part. Are you sure you're not getting the stories mixed up again?
Sadly, this is not a senior moment, I'm afraid.
The keys of harmony.
Those potions smell pungent and acidic, but oddly familiar.
Back in the Dragon Dungeon, yeah.
Huh. Someone fancied himself quite the storyteller.
That's Manny. I bet Manny was here because he's the one that made that...
Huh. Someone fancied himself quite the storyteller.
That Pied Piper book. What about this book on the floor?
Huh. Someone fancying himself.
So the book on the floor doesn't have its own separate...
The book collection had grown over the years. The sorcery of old looked like a new edition. The book collection had grown. The book collection...
This is what I'm talking about, where you're not sure how many things you can actually interact with,
Those
or what
potions...
or what your current prompt is related to.
Teaching English as a second language.
But we're not in
Intriguing. A book titled How to Read.
That's a book that Jomo has.
Oh, there was a quote on the back. Irresistible from front to back. I couldn't get enough of this book. The dangling participle. Teaching English as a second language. Intriguing. Oh.
Hiding under the bed covers like in the beginning of the game.
This was not the day I would face Hornswoggle. I let the beast sleep soundly.
Get a lot of mileage out of this dragon cave.
What a comfortable bed.
That helmet sounds familiar.
As it should.
It's Manny's goblin helmet. Or maybe... Do you think Manny is the Goblin King, or is he the goblin that was... Oh, wait, no, the goblin that was being... The goblin that was being bullied, that came out later, took his helmet off, and it turned out he was human. He was the baby swap, right? The baby swap must have been Manny and that guy. So that guy grew up as a human among the goblins, and Manny grew up as a goblin among the humans.
The book collection had grown over the years. The sorcery of old looked like a new edition.
You're slouching again.
There,
Try to stand up straighter.
And then I hid again.
Oh, shit.
Bring it over here. It'll take all night to prepare.
Yeah, that's them. And that's why he
Must
always...
we go through with this? After gazing upon Hagatha's face, I question the validity of that elixir.
Hagatha's enchantments are stunted by the towers she locked them away in. Out here, with a little air, this sorcery can reach its full potential.
That's why he always wears a helmet, because he doesn't want anybody to see that he's a goblin.
We'll have to let this sit overnight. For now, we sleep.
Uh-oh.
I want to voice my concerns again, brother.
You, of all people, should know what it's like to wear a mask all your life. A scarf that obscures your vision. A helmet that hides your face. This body has taken my mind as far as it can go. Now, good
Why
night.
is there a giant lump under
Please
my
snuff
blanket?
the torch.
Our parents were wrong to hide you from the world, but at least they didn't forget about you. No, instead they fed you, they read to you, they raised you as their own. I was a whipping boy for 16 years. For what? A stupid goblin prank?
Watch your tongue, brother. You're beginning to sound like a human. A silly goblin took you in from the cold. A dull goblin taught you to read, and a stupid goblin gave you a second chance at life.
Please forgive me. I misspoke.
Am I wrong to believe that the mind is what should matter? Is my trust in brains over brawn misplaced? I've dedicated my life to prove that, given the right resources, our species is capable of higher thought. and that even a silly little goblin can lead this kingdom. That's the change I want to inspire. That's the progress Daventry needs.
You're right as always. And the Cosmolotion is the only way around your banishment from King Graham.
King Graham? King Graham was a fluke. We'd already be at the castle toasting to our divine intellect if it wasn't for that bumbling, red-nosed, feathered half-wit. Did I ever tell you he asked what my availability for sleepovers was?
I remember that.
Hey, I am not a fluke!
Egads!
Did you really just say that?
Well, don't just stand there. Grab him!
You know, in all fairness, Manny probably should be king, because he really is the one that won.
Stay right there. Don't move. Gwendolyn and I are working on your surprise.
I won't peek. I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, Gwendolyn, your lunch is ready, and your cousin is waiting.
Thanks, Grandma.
Love,
Because
have you been taking all your medicines?
I'm not sure what good they're doing. I'm still stuck in this bed.
Yes, you are. You're still here.
You know what I meant. It's just that I'm going stir-crazy in here, and I don't even want to think about all the addendums that still need approvals.
more
Everything
addendums.
is taken care of. But you need to rest before you feel better.
I'll rest after your birthday. I still have to prep your special batch of chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh, you have baked those pancakes for my birthday for as long as I can remember. And I've truly savored each and every bite, dear. But maybe this is the year to teach the children your recipe. And you just enjoy eating breakfast with me.
Nothing is going to stop me from baking those pancakes. Not even this broken arm.
Well, you won't get any further argument from me. Now, can you please take your medicines? They'll make you feel better on your next inspiring adventure.
All right, fine. I'll take them. And I love you. You have always.
Niece. V.
You always find the perfect way to say things to make me feel better.
Oh, that was sweet. I love you too, dear.
Nothing will stop
Set us
me.
out to gather the ingredients she needed to make a large batch of freeze tonic. Of course, we didn't know that's what it was for, so we did what we were told, just like good princesses.
Princess Graham, I think you've earned the privilege of a trip outside the tower. Yes, you and Princess V will go. You must return to me with a magical hourglass before sundown, before the magic wears off.
Cool, cool. Nothing will stop him from making those pancakes, except noodle hands.
Chester? Muriel?
Graham?
The fuck?
Graham! Oh, I almost didn't recognize you with all those bumps on your arms.
Were you bitten by mosquitoes, boy? And if so, could you point me in their direction?
Chester! So, what brings you to Tanalore?
I suppose I could ask you the same thing.
Oh, honey, we retired. Sold our shop to another crafty fella.
Yeah, but his crafts are of the lowest tier. Folk art.
Well, I'll always have a soft spot for that big-bellied bull. Without him, we wouldn't be soaking up all this sun. Oh, I just love it here. It's so quiet and peaceful.
Oh, don't you forget all-you-can-drink sardine smoothies and frog dog Fridays.
Frog dogs, ew.
Chester, come on now. You wouldn't want to give this young lady the wrong impression. Us Hubblepods are known for thinking with our heads and not with our bellies.
Last. Aren't you going to introduce us?
Oh, apologies. How rude of me. This is V. V, meet Muriel and Chester, my good friends and wisest advisors.
Pleased to meet you.
And Graham is one of our favorite pupils.
That he is.
Oh, dearie, the stories I could share. He once outwitted a guard with a gourd. Oh, and then there was the time he solved a bridge troll dispute with a pair of socks. Did you know his best friend is a gerbil?
A gerbil? Really?
But he has a name. It's Triumph.
Most intriguing. Well, I would love to hear more sometime, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
What is she doing?
Oh, she's reading your fortune.
Shush it! I'm judging. Good hair, strong fingernails, perfectly textured elbows. Earlobes could use some work.
Thanks.
Perfectly textured
For
elbows.
that?
She looks smart, Muriel.
Graham, I think she's a keeper. Oh, you two will be very happy together.
That's pretty forward.
Muriel, times have changed. You can't just go around assuming.
Chester, Hubblepot, are you questioning my judging face?
Sorry, Muriel. It was the sardine smoothie talking.
Well, if it's not romance, why else would you be in beautiful Tanalore?
It's a long story, and I'm not...
Wait a minute. Are my eyes seen straight? That isn't Agatha's tower parked way out in the ocean, is it? Oh, you're not in cahoots with...
Well, unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to say...
Oh, she's always undercutting our prices.
And her magic actually works.
I see you out there! You melted witch!
Psst, psst, Graham. Do you think you could get Agatha to sign my copy of her greatest hits?
Chester!
Tell her to make it out to her #1 fan.
Are you serious right now?
But Muriel, it's a bestseller.
Oh, she's such a lizard. And not like the last dragon you faced, Graham. Which you... Wait, what did you do with that dragon again? Oh, the memory has faded.
Well, what I actually did was outsmarted it. What if I say I set it free, though?
I set it free, of course.
No, you didn't. No. I distinctly remember hearing you used your noggin.
Why would you lie about that?
Please, just watch your back in that tower, Graham. Your biceps have grown, but keep your mind strong, too.
Oh, Muriel, it's getting to be that time.
And what time is that?
You know, time for a SNACK.
Oh, all right, Chester. Let's get you home. I think we have some leftover rat tails in the fridge.
I am so glad you are my person.
Please, both of you, come back and visit us anytime.
It was amazing running into you.
Oh, the pleasure was all ours. Goodbye, and good luck.
Always look on the smart side of life.
I knew I liked her.
Those two are funny.
Wow. The Tanalore shore really is beautiful.
I'm not sure I see it.
Huh? What are you saying?
What?
Whale? Oh, careful. I think you've stepped in a pit of quicksand.
Oh, have I? Really? Let me guess. You want me to take a moment to let that sink in?
No, really, it's up to your ankles now.
I understand. You want to set me up for a pun war, but we've got work to do.
All right, don't move. I'll be right back.
Pun war.
Huh? Help! Help! I'm stuck!
Don't worry, I won't desert you.
What a wonderful friend!
I wonder if this is timed. Doesn't look like it.
One sec. Almost got it.
Oh! The book shows me what the time is for that. Her closed clock is on the cover and set to 5:40.
Really could use an adventuring rope.
Again with the adventuring rope.
Hold still, you're making it worse. Hold still, you're making it worse. One sec. Almost got it. Really could use an adventuring rope. Oh, if that's the type of logic you think will help, you're dreaming.
My whole thing that I just did there was completely useless. And she just pulls me out. It's funny.
Very clever.
You're welcome.
Gotta get that adventuring rope.
I got you out of the last one. It's your time to shine.
Did you try impressing her with your mind or your strength?
Alright. I think... Just check something real quick. Yeah, it just puts us right back here. I think... that's where we're going to stop for the night. Since it's been 4 hours, it's getting late. Nox has got to go sleepy cow pretty soon, probably. So, if you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays King's Quest.